Hello and welcome to another recipe video. If you are clicking on my video for the first time, I would like to welcome you to You and Me Equals 3, and to the old subscribers that keep coming back every week to watch the videos, a big thank you to you as well. Today I'm starting off a little bit different. So 11 years ago when I had my daughter, I had no clue, I had no smartphone, and I didn't have the opportunity to Google things that I could make myself to feed her. And I was kind of hesitant about buying like baby food in the stores because I grew up in Ghana and I didn't know all that. So I would always call my mom and ask her, God, I don't know what to give the baby. I'm so scared. And she would tell me, you know what, just give her whatever you are eating. Just put a taste on her lips. And if she licks it and goes like that, then it means she likes it. And you just give it to her. So that is what I did. And when I had my son, oh boy, was it easy. So this channel was created last year with the intention to help you as a first-time mom or as moms in general to create delicious meals that you can enjoy with your family. So if that sounds interesting to you, I hope that you find this channel helpful. And today we are starting off with a tomato cream soup that my daughter requested, and I decided to film it. And we are going to have it with just some plain rice and some broccoli and green beans. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting off with my clean tomatoes, and I'm using 3 oval ones and 1 round one because this is what I had in my fridge and I wanted to use everything. And to that I have a medium-sized onion. I have the rim of Parmesan cheese, which is optional, you don't have to use this. I have 1 clove of garlic and a tiny bit of ginger. And like I said, I wanted to use my tomatoes because they were kind of old in the fridge. That is why they are all not the same, but it doesn't matter. You can use any tomato that you have. I'm going to start off by chopping the onions, and I'm giving them just a rough chop because it's all going to end up being pureed. And then we'll chop the garlic, the ginger, and the tomato. So I normally don't cook with an apron on, because when I'm at home, I have house clothes on and I cook in my house clothes. I think most people do that. But today I had my apron on because once in a month I prepare a big pot of stock that I freeze and I use throughout the month. And so on this day that I was filming this video, I was making my stock at the same time. And I did film the stock video, and that will be next week's video. So if you are interested in how to make delicious stock at home, then stay tuned for that. So I'm going to finish chopping everything up and then we will start making the soup. Now everything has been cut, and in a clean pot, I'm using a medium-sized pot here. I'm going to add like a tablespoon of oil, and I'm using sunflower oil. You can use whatever oil that you prefer. And to that we will then add the onion, the ginger, and the garlic. And then with a wooden spoon we will be then sauteing this for like a minute or 2, or until the onions start to soften up a bit. In case I didn't mention, I'm sauteing this on a medium heat, so bear that in mind. And in the corner there is my big pot of stock that I mentioned, the reason behind me wearing an apron. Now it is time to add in our chopped tomatoes and then give it a stir. I'm going to leave a link to the full recipe in the description box below as always, and if you are interested in knowing how much stock and all that, then you can check that. And then now we'll add some black pepper to this. And like I say in all my videos, if you are feeding this with if you're going to eat this with little kids, like a 10-month-old, a 1-year-old, any toddler, then please be mindful and do not make it spicy, because little children cannot handle spice. It will be better if you skip it in total, and then when the soup is done, you can just leave yours and add a little bit of pepper and then heat it up a bit. And to this we'll add a little bit of salt and then the stock. And for the stock, I'm using a turkey stock. That is what I made today. And if you're a vegetarian, just do a vegetable stock. If you want me to do a vegetable stock video, let me know in the comment section and I'll do that. You can use vegetable stock, beef stock, chicken stock, it doesn't matter, just any stock at all, because if you use just water, then you'll be sacrificing some taste, because you get a lot of flavors from the stock. So add a stock, and then we'll put the lid on and let it cook for like 10 minutes, and then we'll check it in 10 minutes, between 10 to 15 minutes, okay, until the tomatoes are really soft. Oh, I forgot, we add in cheese, which is optional, and this gives it like a nice cheesy taste. Yummy. Here is my rice. I'm just going to boil some plain rice and some onions and a little bit of oil in a rice cooker. I have my veggies in the steamer, and I'm just going to cook this all together. And if you're not using a rice cooker, you can just cook your rice in a pot. I made 2 cups of rice. So to 2 cups of rice, you will use 2 cups of water to get it nice and soft. And then for the veggies, you will just cook them between 3 to 5 minutes in boiling water. That is if you are not using a rice cooker and the steamer method, okay? So it's totally doable. You don't have to have a rice cooker to do this. So my tomato soup has been cooking for 15 minutes like this, and I'm going to add a little bit of coconut sugar. And what the coconut sugar is going to do is going to balance out the acidity of the tomato. And you can do brown sugar, you can do just white sugar. I normally use coconut sugar, so that is why and that's what I have at home, so that's why I use the coconut sugar. Give it a stir. You don't need to cook this any further if it is done. Just let it sit on the burner like that, and let it cool completely, and we will start to puree it. And now I have to listen to Georgia play me a nice melody. Das war's?
Yeah.
And now the soup has cooled, and I'm going to cream it using my liquidizer, my blender. You can use a hand blender and do this. So I'm just going to put it together and then fix it, take the soup and puree it. Do not forget to remove the cheese that you put in the soup, because the cheese is just to give it a nice cheesy flavor, but we don't want to blend it together with the tomatoes. So take that and throw it out. It has done its job. And yeah, puree this until it is nice and creamy to the consistency that you like. I like mine very, very creamy. And if you find that it is too thick for your liking, you can add a little more. And you can add a little more stock to it. But I prefer the consistency that I got using this recipe. Nobody will beat you. Your creativity, yours will be the best.
Sie sieht das bestimmt aus.
Na, dann benutzen eine andere Farbe. So we have washed out the pot that we cooked the tomatoes in, and now we are going to add to that the cream soup. And if needed, you can add a little bit of stock into the blender and then rinse it out and add it to the soup if needed. I don't want to waste anything, so I did that. And the tomato cream soup is basically ready to be eaten. Like, you can just heat it up right now, let it simmer for 5 minutes, and then serve it with your rice. Or if you want to take the taste, the flavors to like another level, I should say, then you can add a little bit of cream. And I am using, here in Austria, we have this cream called Rama, and it's just like a cream mainly for soups, cream soups. And I will add a little bit of that to it. If you don't have that, you can use some milk. Or, like I said, you can enjoy it without any cream or any milk added to it. It's delicious just as it is. So now that I've added the cream, I'll let this simmer for 5 minutes and it will be ready to be served. You can eat it with croutons, with bread, with rice. It doesn't matter. It's delicious with everything. And my veggies are done here. You know, the rice cooker has a timer to cook for 30 minutes. The first 15 minutes it cooks, and then the other 15 minutes it warms it up. So the first 15 minutes I came to take this out because I didn't want it to be too mushy. If you let it sit there all through the 30 minutes, it will be very, very soft. You can give that to a baby, but not for me. My kids are already older. And you will see my daughter here, the poor kid. I breastfed her until she was 1.5 because I wasn't confident enough to feed her anything. So when food is ready, she's always the first to come in the kitchen to have a taste. And she honestly does this every time food is ready. I'm not kidding.
I hear you laughing and I see you smile. You know that you're my everything. Life of the party as you dance around. You've got me 10 feet off the ground. I can breathe, I can see. When I got your love, when I got your love, when I got your love. We'll walk through sunshine and we'll dance in the rain. You always find a way to ease the pain, so I can breathe. I can see. When I got your love, when I got your love, I can dream. I believe. When I got your love, when I got your love, oh, I can dream, I believe, when I got your love, when I got your love. We'll walk through sunshine, we'll dance in the rain. You always find a way to ease the pain, so
Yeah.
I can breathe.
Yeah, keep scrolling.
I can see when I got your love, when I got your love, I can dream, I believe, when I got your love, when I got your love, when I got your I can
Und dann wird wenig Schaum und dann kannst du im Wasser schauen.
when I got your love, when I got your love.